Is it appearing my screen, Babu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the answer? Yesterday we were here. Now tell me what is the M value. So if we complete this problem, we'll move to the design of helical gear.
Sir, I got 12.3.
12 point. Wait a moment, 1 minute. How much you got?
7.35.
7. So as a 7.35. Now, as per Indian standard, the module values are already given 1, 1.25, 2, 2.2, 2.5, 3, 5, 6, 7, not 7, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14, 16, 15, 20, 22. So these are all the given. See here 7.35 lies in which here? 7.5 means it is making. So the 7.35 is going to lies here 6 comma 8. So 7.35 means I am going to select the 6 as a module because it is near to the 6 value. Okay, so module as I am selecting as 6. So like that, you also after getting the answer, see which is going to your calculated value is going to lies in these limits. So whether it is matching to near to anyone, so that value you have to select. That is the module. Now what is the second question? The second question is the phase width is how much? So phase width is already given in the question as a 10 modules. So 10 we got as a 6, 60 mm is the phase width. Okay. Now number of teeth on gear, number of teeth on pinion, how much? Third question. So number of teeth on gear, we have one relation, module relation is equal to D by T. So module we are calculating for gear, so write the gear by gear. So now what is TG? TG equal module 6 into DG. So DG we calculated yesterday, how much we got? DG. So DG as a 0.8. DJ as we got 0.8. So that is the number of teeth on gear. Now same manner dp by tp. So with this equation tp equal module 6 into dp how much we got? 0.4 we got. Now tell me the tg value, tp value. Please do it fast. Don't take too much time, Babu. Do it fast. Sorry, I written wrongly here. Divided by, this is the one divided by. Wait. Don't calculate. So TG is equal to 0.8 by 6. It means this is in meters. So convert it mm. 800 by 6. Now this is a 400 by 6. Now 800 by 6 how much? 400 by 6 how much?
133, sir.
Which one? Please mute yourself. Chat box. Please mute yourself and write in chat box, but we can see the your answers from the chat box. So TG value how much? 50, and this is 400 by 6. It means this is 400 by 6, 50, and this is a 600 by, sorry, 800 by 6, 800. And 400 by 6. So this is the calculations as per the requirement. So the question is given module how much. So module we calculated as 6 we got, and phase width is a 60, and TG is the 133 we got, and TP is the 66 we got. So these are all things we calculated. The question is additionally asking, check for the safe condition or not. Whatever the values we got, these values are going to whether lie in a safe condition or not. That is the last one. If we show the it is a safe condition, so the condition is to show the safe value. The condition for the safe value is static load and wear load should be greater than the dynamic load. So in this way, if we show the our value whatever we calculated, the values are under safe condition. After getting this condition satisfied, you need to write the comment, thus the values are under these conditions. That means static load is less than the dynamic load, wear load is less than the greater than the dynamic load. So our calculated values are within the safe limits. Like that you have to write the comment. Now first one, what is WD? We don't know. Separately, we need to calculate. W wear load, WW also we don't know, and static load, WS also we don't know. Separately, these three I am going to calculating now. Dynamic load acting on the gate teeth. I already explained about this one empirical relation. Again, I am writing here. Dynamic load acting on the teeth is WT 21B into C plus tangential load 21V plus square root of BC plus WT. Continuously making noises. Okay. Now what is WT? WT already we calculated in previous case. Tangential load is acting on the gear. So that is 5357. And V. Again, Babu, who is the making continuous noise? Now velocity, we already calculated pitch line velocity as a 4.2, and B is the face width, just now we calculated 60, and C value already given in the question. Question itself is given, that is 80. WT we calculated in the previous case 5357 newtons. Pitch line velocity 4.2, this one we calculated. This one is a 60. Please substitute the all values, Babu. Tell me the answer. Don't take too much time. Please get me the values as soon as possible, Babu. 5357. Everything is written on the screen. You just substitute the values. Please repeat again. Please repeat, Babu, again. Tell me the WT value. If you are unable to speak, you can write in the chat box, Babu. Do it fast. WT value, how much? Everything is written on the screen. Please, I am expecting the answer from all students, not particular one student or two students. I am expecting the answer from all the students. Every student should interact with the class. Don't sit ideally. If you interact with the class, then only you can get the something, Babu. Please tell me the what is the WD value. Archita code is given 5457. Okay. 5457. Okay, WD we got. Now wear load. So what is the equation for the wear load? So equation I am writing for the wear load. dP, diameter of the pinion, into phase field, into ratio factor, load stress factor. So this ratio factor equation again 2VR by VR plus 1. So actually the equation plus or minus 1, because the question is given not mention, particularly not mention any type of gearing, means external type of gearing or internal type of gearing is not mentioned particularly in the problem. So that reason I am considering positive sign here. So that is 2VR. VR how much given, Babu? Velocity ratio, question itself given as a 2 plus 1. This is the Q value. Tell me the Q value and K. So K value, question itself given as 1.4.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you repeat from Q, sir?
Q.
Yes, sir.
So see here, this is the wear load equation I written on the screen. So dP into B into Q into K, where dP is the diameter of the pinion, phase field, ratio factor, velocity ratio factor, and is the load stress factor. The load stress factor already is given in the question as a 1.4, and this factor is a 2VR. This equation, Q equation is 2VR. VR means velocity ratio by VR plus or minus 1. The equation, actual equation plus or minus 1. So here it means it is having the two equation. One is that 2VR by VR plus 1 for external gearing, and 2VR by VR minus 1. This is for internal gearing. Okay. So because the problem is not mentioned what type of gearing particularly. If problem mentioned particularly this type of gearing, this type of so and so, so then only based on that statement we are going to select this equation. Because the problem is not mentioned particularly, so that reason I am considering the system is a external gearing system. So that reason I selected this equation, and velocity ratio itself given in the question 2. So that is a 2 value, 2 into VR by VR plus 1. So how much? 2, 4 by 3. So this is the one. And DP, diameter of the pinion, how much we got? Diameter of the pinion 0.4. Okay. And the face width, how much we got? Just now we calculated 60. K value 1.4. Now everything is there on the screen. You just substitute the all values. Tell me the wear load value. Wear load acting on the gear. So here don't substitute meters. You substitute in terms of mm. 400 I'm writing here. So now tell me the wear load acting on the gear. Do it fast, Babu. Don't take too much time. Do it fast. What is the how much WW value?
Sir, should we write it in mm or meters?
Mm here. This is our
44800.
44800. Very good. Now W wear load we calculated. Now static load. So static load equation is E sigma E into B pi m into y. So see here static load equation. This is additional information I am giving you. Static load equation, tangential load equation, both are same. Only the difference is I am writing here Wt equal sigma W B into pi m into y. Okay. So see the difference. What is the difference here? Allowable permissible working stress. Here endurance stress. Only that is the difference. Okay. Now what is y? Levy's form factor. Okay. So Levy's form factor. How much value? Levy's form factor is not given in the question. Actually, we calculated this one. I think here we calculated 0.75 175 by 0.841 by TP. TP is a 0.4 module. So substitute the module value here. Substitute the module value here as a 6. So you will get the y value, Levy's form factor. First tell me the Levy's form factor, how much value? 0.175 minus 0.841 by TP. TP is nothing but here 0.4 into module. We got the module value as a 6. Substitute the value. Tell me the first y value. Do it fast, Babu. Do it fast. What is y value first?
0.1 minus 0.175.
0.175 minus you got. Okay. Let it define. So y value just now we got 0.175. Okay. Now module we got the answer 6. Face width as a 60. Endurance limit is not given in the question. I said one thing, when the data is not given in the question, that standard values we need to assume. How we have to assume? By remembering the all permissible limits, permissible empirical relation, whatever the relations are there and whatever the proportions are there in the tabular columns, that all values we need to remember. So that values are going to use in these situations. So sigma E value is not given in the question, but for the cast iron material, that material name is given in the question. Cast iron, question is mentioned the cast iron material. For this cast iron material, endurance limit is lies between the 84 to 95 megapascal. So that reason I am taking the your wish, Babu. You can select the 95 or you can select the middle of the 84 to 95 any value. So I am selecting the 84 value as endurance limit. Everything is known here. You just calculate here. I think you should not get the negative. Okay. So now calculate the static load value. Just tell me the static load value. neglect about the negative value here, 0.75. So tell me the static load acting on the gear teeth, how much?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in Lewis form factor, TP can be written as 400 by M. I mean dP by M, sir.
Wait. Lewis form factor module relation is dP by TP. So TP, yeah, exactly. 400 by 6. So I think we got wrong here. So that's the reason we got a negative value. 400 by 6. Substitute the 400 by 6 here.
Then Y will be 0.162, sir.
0.162. Very good. So make a correction. 0.162. Now substitute the all values.
Sir, then the answer is 4898.88.
4898.88.
0.88.
Now see here, WD value, how much we got? 5457. Okay, I'm writing here. WD value 5457. And WW value I got 44800. And WS value I got 4898.88. So see here, both values are not crossing the WD value. Okay, so see here 444, which one is the, yeah, WW is crossing the WD value, but WS is not crossing the this value. So that reason only one parameter is satisfying the this condition, whatever I written here. Only one W value is satisfying and WS is not satisfying. So if we see the failure modes of the gear teeth, just wait, I'm showing. Yeah, so see here, if you see the gear teeth failures, WD should be, dynamic load should be less than the wear load. So if we satisfy this condition, pitting failure we can overcome. Okay. So only this, if you compare these two, wear load is greater than the dynamic load. So pitting failure we are overcoming, but the WD is greater than the WS. So that reason, it means if our design is to save, this first condition should be satisfied. If any one of the loads are not greater than this dynamic load, then our design is not safe. Like this, you have to write the comment. Okay. Is it clear, Babu? Any doubts regarding this problem? With this problem, we completed the.
Sir, last part, sir. WD is greater than WS.
See here, WD value we got a 5457. wear load we got a 44800. So which one is a greater than one here? Sorry. So which one is a greater than here? WS is a greater than and WT is a less than. So if we see this statement, I written whatever on the screen. If it is happen like this, pitting failure of the gear teeth is going to overcoming. 1 or 3 failures are there in a gear and another one failure is there. So this condition is used for the pitting failure. So if we satisfy this condition, pitting failure we are overcoming. But whatever the values we calculated, so all values should be in a safe condition. So when the safe condition is achieved, the safe condition is going to achieve by seeing this statement. It means,
Sir,
yeah,
so WD greater than WW, no sir.
W,
WD greater than WW.
WD greater than WW. No, not this Babu. WD less than the WW. Dynamic load always less than the all values.
Okay, sir.
Blindly remember, dynamic load is always less than the all loads. How many loads we are having here? Tangential load, static load, wear load. So this dynamic load should be always less than the all values, WT and WS. Then only our design is safe condition. Okay. So shall we move to next topic? Or else do you have any doubts in this topic? Shall I move to next topic, Babu? Please say something. Your voice is not clear.
Sir, can you please explain why the design is not safe?
So why the design is not safe? This see here. Actual to maintain the safe design safe condition. This is the condition. Static load should be greater than dynamic load. Wear load should be greater than dynamic load. And one more thing is that tangential load should be greater than dynamic load. So mostly this is not going to consider for all conditions. Only these two conditions are going to, these two loads are going to consider for the safe condition. Now see here, we calculated all separately this one. WD we calculated separately, wear load we calculated separately, static load we calculated separately. Now I am comparing here. See the comparison. WD how much I got 5457. Wear load I got this much 44800. Static load I got 4898.88. So here in this only wear load is making the greater than the WD dynamic load, but static load is not going to the greater than the dynamic load. So that reason the design is not safe. Both loads should be crosses the WD value, static and wear load.
Could
So one of the load is
5457
not
be
crossing the,
greater than 44800, sir? Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct only, sir, correct.
okay. Is it clear, Babu? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So this is the another topic in the second unit, that is design of gears. That is the second one, design of helical gears. So helical gear means what, Babu? Helical gear is nothing but, if we go to the classification through the axis of position axis of the position. So if the gear axis are based on the position of the axis, if the gear axis is making parallel with each other, suppose this is the driver axis and this is the driven axis. So both axes are parallel to each other, that is the parallel category. First one example, spur gear. Second one, helical gear. Third one, rack and pinion. These are three gears. So first now we completed the spur gear. Now we are in the helical gear. So what is the difference between these two, spur gear and helical gear? Both positions are same. See here I am drawing the spur gear here. So this is the teeth on the one gear. This is another teeth on the another gear. Roughly I am drawing. So this is the driver, this is the follower. So if I draw the side view of this one, if I draw the side view of this one, so this is the axis of the driver, this is the axis of the follower, driven. So see here, what is the, this is the spur gear. Now helical gear also same like this. But what is the difference for the spur gear and helical gear? The difference I am showing here. These two gears are in a mesh. Now the teeth are going to generate in this manner, helical manner. Okay. Now here for both gears, this is the driver and this is the follower. Is it clear, Babu? Difference, what difference you find? For helical gears, the gears teeth are going to made in a helix manner. Okay, so that only the difference between the spur gear and helical gear. So there's a reason most of the equations have the usual meanings what we discuss in the spur gears. Okay. Now before going to start the helical gears, some terminology, same manner what we studied in the spur gear, in that same manner, here also terminology is there. Yesterday itself I mentioned one thing. For the all units in the machine design, whatever the terminology is there, that terminology is very important for your further education and for your job purpose also. Whenever go to the interview, they are going to ask this such kind of small definitions. Even in the gate examination, in public sector units and engineering services, in all these in the exams also, they are going to focus on the terminology. That much of importance have this terminology, not particular for the gear, for the first unit design of springs. In the DME also, what we discuss, design of riveted joint, design of welded joints, design of quarter joints, design of whatever the topics we discussed in the previous semester. And here also design of gears, springs, bearings. Okay, so whatever the terminology related to these are all things, that all terminology are very important, don't neglect. Okay, so here coming to the terms used in the helical gear. So first one is the helix angle. So helix angle is nothing but it is the angle between the, see here, this is the so this is the axis of the gear. With this axis the gear is going to rotate. Okay, if we prolong this one, the gear axis, so here on this diagram the gear teeth are explained with the help of gear teeth axes. Okay, so the angle made between these two lines R is known as a helix angle. Okay, now axial pitch. So axial pitch is having the same have the same usual meaning what we discussed in the previous spur gear, that is circular pitch PC. Okay,